me a minute to catch my breath. And although no one's on here to see this now, I know later it's going to start right here. So that's a little embarrassing. We're going to get a drink of water. But if you are just watching this later, this is our prayer time that we do on Mondays and Fridays at 12:30 in the barn. I usually do it out there, but I moved it in here when it was really cold, and I like it. I'm not saying this is how it's always going to be, but this is how, I don't know. For today it is. Good morning! Hello, everybody. There's like 45 seconds before anyone else comes on. I better silence my phone. I don't know. Hopefully we won't get interrupted. But there's like 45 seconds before anyone else comes on that I have of just being here by myself. But I know if anyone plays this back later, it's going to be weird if I'm just sitting here staring at you. So I was talking to myself. I cannot believe it's been a year, but I can. I mean, it's like I can't believe it's been a year, but I can't believe it's only been a year. What a wonderful year. I mean, so many things, so many hard times, so many good times. It's been a year. It's been a year. I'm thankful for every bit of it. Good morning. Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, Julie. Hey, Nicole. A diamond art box. Renee, I have it. It's in my closet at my house, unopened. I do have that. Yes, I do have it. I'm so sorry. Hey, Crystal. Good afternoon, Kathy. Thank you, Karen. Afternoon, Julie. So many babies. We have saw so many babies. It's been a great year. I'm thankful for y'all, Tony. Lots of laughs, a few tears, a few rants. Y'all have seen it all, and you stayed with me. Thank you, Stacy. It's good to be feeling better. You know, it's weird. I kind of feel better since I had that horrendous bug than I felt before. I think it kind of purged me, cleansed me of everything. Gifts for me and the girls. I bet you, if you haven't saw me open it on live with, like, I would have waited till you were there, Karen, or I didn't make a video, and I don't think I did, I would say I still have it unopened because I didn't sneak off and open any. Thank you, Jennifer. You have helped me through a rough spot last summer when I broke both wrists, knee, and nose. Bless your heart. You can't do anything if you break both wrists and your knee and your nose. That would be a lot to get through. Purged all the cooties. I did. Cleaned out the system. Did it all. Dina, thank you so much. It hit your house and it was the worst ever. I have some stories I could tell, but I would embarrass my child to death. I mean, it was violent, which is kind of funny now, but I was not laughing at the time. Hi, Brad. Oh, you lost your husband, Jennifer. Hang in there. Hang in there. Grief is so hard. It was gifts for their graduation. Okay. No, I've not opened that. It'll just be like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. We got Polly a bicycle for Christmas, and we hid it in our boat outside, and we forgot all about it until June, I think. It was just exciting. exciting at that point, unexpected. You would rather have COVID over the flu? Ooh. It depends. We had the flu this year, me and Polly, and it was not a bad one. But I have had it before where I cried because I hurt so bad. So there's different strains of it, and some are definitely worse than others. Stay in my pocket. If you stayed in my pocket, trust me, the effects would not be the same because you would get to experience the full emotional roller coaster. It's not the same. We could just all panic together. Oh, I'm glad it's not too bad, Donna, but take it easy. Just rest. Like, don't push yourself. 104 for 4 days. Oh, those muscle aches are no joke. 104. When we were sick this past weekend, mine got to 103 point, I don't know, something on the lower end, like 1. And I lose my mind with a fever, just saying. Okay, so if you're new here or just tuning in, on Mondays and Fridays, we do a prayer time. And that's what this is. So I know not everybody may want to be a part of this or believe the same as me. Just know it's okay if you don't believe the same as me and you want to go on out. That's perfectly okay. I'm still happy that you're here at all. And if you don't believe the same as me and you want to stay, you are welcome here. We can all respect each other and our different beliefs, and choose what we want to be a part of and what we don't. I'm just glad that you're here. Me and Drew were talking yesterday, and she'll show me things on her phone, like funny TikToks she saved or funny pictures someone has sent, just catching up. But this time she was showing me, it was a guy that's her age, and evidently he is just extravagantly wealthy, like the kind of wealth that nobody around here has. And pictures that he posts, and at first I was taken in by just what the price tag must be on the items that this guy has, from his vehicles to his game room to his clothes, his stack of designer bags. I mean, it was insane. And just like anyone else, I was like, but then the more she flipped through and the more she showed me, I started thinking, who is he? Like, this is what he thinks his personality is. This is all that he's putting out there. This is actually really sad because he has all this money, but in his mind, that's all that he thinks is good enough about him to show the rest of the world. And, if something were to ever happen to his things or his money, he would probably just be lost, because that is where he's put all of his value, is in his possessions, in his monetary value. And that broke my heart, because I said, he really doesn't have, because she said he's really cocky. And I said, Drew, he's really not. I said, all he's cocky about is his money, but not actually about who he is. He's not shown us one thing, or you one thing about him to be cocky about. He is, in fact, just the opposite of cocky. He's insecure because he's putting out there everything he has, but he's not putting himself out there at all. And she was like, wow, I never thought about it like that, but you're right. And I said, I would rather somebody have nothing but know their value apart from their possessions. And she was like, oh, wow, we actually learned about this at church last week. She said, you know, the Bible verse that says to store up your treasures in heaven instead of on earth. And, you know, it's never been one of my favorite Bible verses. It's been one that I've known, but never just sunk a lot into. But it fits so perfect because we work so hard every day to, you know, have the things we need, work for the things we want, and that's fun. But at the end of the day, that's not where the true joy comes from. That's not, but because that real joy comes from changing other people, doing something that actually changes someone else's life. I remember back when I used to get really stressed, really depressed, the one thing that I could do, I couldn't do a lot, I had my hands full of babies, but we would roll quarters, and I would take Tucker and Drew and carry little baby Polly, and we would just go fill up the washing machines and the dryers at the laundromat in town and leave. We just put quarters in all of them, because just that little surge of doing something for someone else would be enough to kind of break that cycle in me where, you know, I just wasn't able to be myself, to enjoy life that day, basically. And I think a lot of times we need to switch our focus, because we get so turned in, consumed by what we need to fix, what we need to do different, what we're working towards, what we're behind on. I know I do. And the devil will absolutely consume you with anything that he can, whether it's this kid, and he's letting him have everything he wants because he's staying consumed enough with all of that he doesn't think he needs anything else. But at the same time, is he truly happy? Or if it's us just drowning in everything that we think we have to do for that day, anything to distract us from what would truly be meaningful, what would truly store some treasures in heaven, what would have us waking up 10 years from now happy when we think about it. Because if you run out of underwear because you're so behind on laundry today, but you sacrifice checking on your neighbor, and I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. I would probably do the laundry myself. But 10 years from now, if you look back, would you actually remember that time that you had to go commando? Or would you remember the time that you checked on your neighbor, made a difference? Like, I'm just saying, sometimes when we pull things too far inward, that we feel like we're suffocating, try turning it out. Just try turning it outward. And not always. It's not bad to do things for yourself. It's not bad to work for things. It's just there's a balance. And when we feel ourselves get out of balance, when you're not finding joy in things, when you are struggling mentally, try turning it outwards and take the focus off of all your needs, everything that's wrong. I'm not saying it's not real, because it is. And just focus on somebody else's needs. Just even if it's small. Even if it's just paying for the person behind you at McDonald's. Sometimes it can refocus everything in your life. Definitely some of the happiest times are brokest times. Looking back, mine too. Same. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pray for whoever would like to join us. God, thank you so much for this wonderful day, for this time that we have to be able to come and talk to you together. 55 of us, God, from all parts of the earth, right here to talk to you, God. Just we're so blessed. Thank you so much for that, God. And thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving us enough to give us Jesus. Thank you for loving us on our best days, on our worst days. Thank you for a love that doesn't change, a love that we can't earn any more of, and we can't make you love us any less. Thank you for a love that always wants us, always waiting just to hear what we have to say. God, thank you for all the prayers that you answer, all the miracles that we've seen you do. And God, for everyone who's sick right now, God, I know there's so many different levels of sickness, from just miserable with a cold to the mom who's drowning with multiple sick children when she's sick herself, to um, flu and COVID, pneumonia, healing from surgeries, multiple injuries. God, I know you're the God of healing, the God of love, the God who wants us to feel good so that we can go back out there and change the world and live for you and make a difference and ultimately be so joyful because of that. So God, I ask for healing in all of my friends and their families. God, that you would just touch them, give them peace to get through this process of sickness so that it's not more pain than they can bear. God, that they could find joy in every moment. They could find something to be thankful for, that they would know that you're working in their lives, that you're right there with them, that their healing is coming. I just ask that you would give them faith to know that. God, I know Shelby Rose asked that we would pray for her. I pray that as she gets out of surgery, that her pain will be minimal, that her healing will be quick, that the loss of her toe will not bring any obstacles, God, that she'll feel better without it, that her fusion will heal well, and God, that she'll look to you with every worry. God, I just pray that you give us all comfort and peace. I thank you so much for the healing that you're doing right now, whether we can feel it or see it or not. God, I thank you for that. God, I just ask that you give us all knowledge and wisdom, that you help us to make the right choices, that you help us to pause, to remember to pray and talk to you about our decisions, big and small, that it just become a habit so that we can feel confident in the decisions we make, that when we lay down at night, we don't have to worry if it was the right choice or not, because we felt peace about it from you. I ask that you give us strength and energy to do our daily jobs, to take care of our families, to be the friends that we need to be, that we would just, God, I just ask that you fill us with joy, that you would take away the anxiety and the depression, that you would teach us step by step how to see you in everything, how to see the good, how to be grateful in every situation. God, just like Larry, full of joy no matter what our circumstance. God, I know you did that for her. God, if you can just teach each of us how to have that same joy no matter what we face each day. And I just ask that you keep us and our families safe, that no matter what we might encounter this weekend, that you keep us calm, that we remember to turn to you with everything, that we could just be filled with peace that comes from you. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you so much for my friends. In Jesus' name, amen. I couldn't have told you at the time when Larry was sick the reason for any of it, because I really thought she was going to make it. There's so many reasons, and I'm sure I still don't know them all, but even the vet agrees she was the happiest cow. And the sickest cow she had ever seen at the same time. And she didn't have a reason to be full of joy, but she was. She loved her life. And she loved the things that she looked forward to enough that that's what she focused on, not the bad. She was so happy. It's amazing what you can learn from an animal. It's amazing how God has a lesson in everything. He created the world. Of course, he's gonna teach us things all the time with his creation. But also remember that your struggle right now may be someone else's inspiration. When you're saying to yourself, why me? Maybe because of who's watching and learning. Okay. I am going to go take a shower. Oh, God put y'all in my life, Karen. Y'all will never know how much it all means to me. Your comments, your words, your love, your support. Just being here, showing up. Shelby, we just prayed for you. How are you? How was your surgery? Gotta blow my nose. y'all so much. Oh, it went well. Well, you're on here, so that's amazing in itself. That makes me so happy. I'm so glad you popped in. So glad. Okay. I'm going to jump off here. This will probably take literally all day to load and post, but then it'll be here. Okay. I love you guys. Have the best day.